Hey everyone, I'm Casey Hollins and you're watching the Sportsnet Digital Dose. We've got a very special guest today in studio, very recently retired UFC fighter Mark Hominick. How are you?
Excellent. How about yourself?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming in today.
No problem.
Lots of questions. I know it's a busy week, busy day for you, but we really appreciate having you here.
Both ways.
First off, I know a lot of people were really shocked to hear the news that you were going to retire. Is it something that you've been kind of mulling over for a while, or has it been weighing on you for a while?
To tell you the truth, just within the last training camp was the first time that the words retirement even came into my mindset. I just realized, like, moving forward, the sacrifice I have to make to be competing at the level I'd like to compete at, and the sacrifices I have to make to have a family life as well, which I'm looking forward to the future. They don't coincide. Like I believe that I can compete with the best in the world, and moving forward, the sacrifice I have to do to make that, they don't work together.
Mm-hmm. You speak about sacrifices. Is there anything specifically that comes
I think the biggest thing is my training. When I had my 5-fight winning streak and then ended up fighting Jose Aldo for the belt, I was going to Las Vegas for 8 weeks at a time in training camp, to help prepare, as well as the camp, at home. And with the daughter, another daughter on the way, those sacrifices, I can't leave for 2 months at a time in the middle of a training camp. So I think, obviously I can go on competing and I could fight on my talent and where I'm at, but I think it needs to take me to the next level and where I belong, in my opinion, to compete. They don't work together.
Was this, you're speaking about your family a lot, was it a family decision, or was it something that you
No, this is,
on your own?
This is my decision, and, obviously my wife and family, they're going to support whatever decision I make, but I think looking forward, I think it's the right choice. And, I've competed for over 11 years professionally, and as an amateur, I've been doing this for 16 years. So this is something that, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've worked myself to a level of what I expect myself, and right now I don't think in the cage I'm performing to that level.
Obviously, MMA has been a huge part of your life for a while now. What are you going to miss most about it now that you're not?
I just the daily grind. I love being in training camp. I love that. Almost like Groundhog Day. Some fighters get sick of that. They hate that monotony of the training, and that was my favorite part. I just loved being in training camp, being focused at one big goal and working every day, and then finally getting to compete on that one day. Mixed martial arts is going to be part of my life moving forward for the rest of my life. It's been my passion. So there's no change in that, but the only thing that's going to change is the competition.
So what do you plan on filling up your time with? You're going to have a lot more time if you're not training every day.
Obviously, family life, but I'm going to be a part of Adrenaline Training Center, the gym that we have in London, and all our fighters' careers there. I definitely want to stay a part of the UFC family in some way or another, and I just have to find what role that is. I think we've worked really well together with the UFC Canada, so hopefully there's a role there that works out together. But I'm also going to look at other opportunities for myself moving forward.
The UFC recently had its first female fighter, and you have one daughter, another on the way. What would you say?
I don't think. Fighting you. It's not something that you just want to try. It's either in you or it's not. So if they were that passionate about competing and training, I couldn't stop. But I'm definitely not going to be pushing them. There's not a chance. My wife is into competitive gymnastics, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be their first sport.
That's probably a little bit less worrisome.
Yeah, worrisome. I was going to say at times it's quite dangerous, but yeah, definitely a little bit safer career choice, I believe.
Maybe a touch. Maybe a touch. So I know you've had 2 fights in the last 2 years, I think, in January. Is that right?
Yep.
Now you have the holidays off to enjoy. Do you have any special plans?
Just getting ready. My second daughter comes the end of January.
Oh, that's
so awesome. So just enjoying the Christmas with Rhea, my first daughter, and my wife, and it's the first Christmas that she's really understanding things, so it's going to be exciting. And then come January, we have another one on the way, so it's going to be busy.
Any family holiday traditions that you're?
I'm from a small town, so we don't have to travel too much. I think the amount of traveling is probably about 5 minutes of walking. So we're pretty lucky that way.
Just low key hanging out with the family.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's something that's nice to look forward to.
For sure.
A little bit change of pace this
Exactly.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's all the time that we've got. Thank you so much for coming in, Mark. We really appreciate it. And check back in a little bit for another Sportsnet Digital Dose.